It's not a secret that I write in books, but started doing this thing where, oh, that's a nice empty page there, right? Definitely nothing written on it. Oh, wait. Da 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 da. Oh, da 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 da. X-Files music. Been writing exclusively in UV ink because 1, it's awesome. 2, it does not compromise the aesthetic of the book's layout in any way, because when I'm reading it, it doesn't look all cramped, and if I want to go, oh, what notes did I write? And I can figure it out. And 3rd, and kind of most importantly, it's kind of like writing secret messages to myself, and I love it. Hello, Kiriosities, you paramours of the unknown, and welcome to my car. Super exciting, I know. It is Wednesday, and that means we're gonna get nerdy on words. I understand it has been a while. I have been on a hiatus of just sort of finding my brain space. If you've been on my blog, which if you aren't, I highly recommend it, because that will often get more of what's going on in my brain if I don't have time to sit down and film. Not the point. Back. Gonna keep trying to keep these going. I just got exhausted and just kind of worn out, and I had no mana, and I was like, you know what? I've been really bad at my mana management lately, and I'm just gonna, it took some time to go world hop on my own. I saw this amazing area called the Sunken City. It's in San Pedro, and it's where I think it was a development due to a natural landslide, slid into the ocean, and if you get a little sneaky, you can still see these pieces of building that are sticking out of the shore, and they've been graffitied, and it's this beautiful, weirdly post-apocalyptic location that was serene and great, and I just went and I sat there and I read a book for a while, and I took some amazing pictures and very successful world hopping. It was great. Speaking of books, however, today is Wordy Wednesday. We're talking about words. We're getting nerdy on the etymology of our language and our lexicon. And today's word is story. Tell me a story. Now, the basic breakdown of this is pretty simple. We get story, if we go all the way back to the Latin historia, which is not how you pronounce that, I know, but I'm feeling silly, and accents are great, and you can read it anyway, so but that went on to inform the Anglo-Norman French historia, which would then become the English history, and then both of those eventually would feed into what we know as story. Now, the reason that those are all separate, let's get into that, and let's talk. I acknowledge that I'm a little hyper and just kind of like, this is what happens when I actually take a break and let myself sort of just chill out for a weekend and do nothing. And then when people are like, hey, do you want to go? No, I don't. I mean, I probably really do want to do that thing. It sounds great. But I took care of myself and I got proper rest and relaxation. And I'm like, this is me. Who's seen this crazy lady for a while? No one. Because of its roots, its initial incarnation, story meant a truthful recital of events. It was literally specifically history. And it wasn't until a century later, in the 1500s, that it began to take another form that was a tale to entertain, and there was no differentiation between the two. To be a charming little euphemism for a lie, originated sometime around 1690, or at least that's how far we've dated it back, and to mean a newspaper article was 1892 is the first time that is recorded being used. Thank you so much for joining me and sticking with me through the ups and the downs and the craziness, and I hope as we approach the holidays, you take time for you, because as much as it is about family and whatnot, it's also about taking some time to rest and recuperate and sort of just evaluate what's going on with you. And for some people, what you're going to need during the holidays is not being with your family. Some people don't get along with their family, and you know what? That's okay. It's totally fine if that's not a safe space for you. I mean, my heart goes out to you, and I hope that you have loving friends who will be that safe space for you. But it's okay if they're not blood relatives, because you don't get to choose who your family is. So it's kind of a crapshoot sometimes, let's be honest. Like, you don't get to choose. It's a complete gamble. And I hope that you have amazing, loving people in your life, whether they are near or far, who can just send that loving vibe out. Essentially, I'm being super hippy dippy, and I acknowledge that, and that's fine. Know that you at least have one crazy world hopping bard who thinks you're freaking awesome and that you can take on anything. And I urge you, as someone feeling fairly freakishly rejuvenated after taking time to just reset my clock internally and get back where I want to and not have to worry about, am I writing? Am I making enough videos? Shouldn't I be recording music right now? Shouldn't I be out with my friends? Like, the million things that go on in my head and in your head, and just letting silence kind of seep in and just sitting down and reading a book was amazing, and processing all the crazy stuff going in. And I hope you give yourself some time to do that this upcoming weekend or holiday week or whatnot. And I hope you know you're amazing, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to stay curious. And maybe read a book. Go find a story that is going to help you relax or just escape from the world. Do some world hopping of your own. Anyway, bye.